Hey everyone, how's it going today? Welcome back to my little YouTube channel. Turn this air down a little bit. So, how's it going today? So, I just picked up some lunch, and I thought while I was having some lunch, we could do a little talking. Some hand sanitizer on. So yeah, the other day I posted a video where me and my son had tried Whataburger out for the first time. They just came to our town. They're kind of blown up all over the place in our area. Heard all the hype about how good they are, so we thought we'd give them a try. If you saw the video, you saw I wasn't that impressed with it. But anyway, that video didn't get a lot of views, which my videos, some of them have gotten several views, some of them have just got 20, 30 views, and I know that happens, but I would like for you guys that haven't subscribed to subscribe to my channel, because some of my I know at least is well over 1,000, I think maybe even close to 2,000 views. Been awesome to get all of you guys that watch that video to subscribe. Be awesome, because I'm just an old man that's trying to make a YouTube channel about my car and my family's life living with a Tesla Model X, which back to that video that that I posted with my son trying Whataburger, and maybe the reason no one really watched that or cared about watching that one is because it was like a food review and not really about a Tesla. So but my channel isn't just about my Tesla Model X. Mostly it is going to be about it, but by now Tesla's been out for several years now, and you can find out really anything that you could possibly want to know about a Tesla from YouTube. There's thousands of videos out there now about them. So I just feel that how much can I actually talk about my Tesla that you guys don't already know about. And again, my channel is about me and my family's life living with a Tesla. So there's going to be some videos that are just talking about the Tesla, things that I found out about the Tesla, things I like and dislike about the Tesla, products that I found for the Tesla, road trip videos. We don't really have a road trip planned soon, but maybe on fall break we'll plan something, and I can vlog about that and that experience with taking the Tesla on a road trip. But there are going to be others, like the food review, or like today I'm gonna have some lunch and talk to you guys about EVs and about Tesla. And but yeah, I'm even thinking about maybe even doing a little series of just called Tesla food reviews, where it won't really be talking about the Tesla, but it'd be about me and hopefully my husband and my kids, which none of them really care about making videos, but I would like for them to get involved. But there may be some videos of us just doing food reviews in the Tesla. So anyway, let's get started with this. And again, all of you guys that have subscribed and that have commented and whatnot, I really do appreciate it. But I really would like to get more of you guys that are watching my channel and watching my videos to subscribe, even if you don't care for them. Even if you never watch again, it'd just be nice if just build up my subscribers, because any of us that have a YouTube channel, that's what we're trying to do. I'm not trying to be one of those that's trying to be some big influencer and try to make tons of money off of YouTube. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just like doing this, and I like talking about the Tesla, and I just like getting my family involved with different things. So so yeah. So yeah, I'm not trying to be an influencer by no means. Just like to do this and just like to have some subscribers, so I don't feel like I'm just making these videos for no reason that no one's even watching. So anyway, enough of me rambling about that. Let's get started with this lunch and talking about EVs. So my lunch, there's this really good taco place that's literally like 5 minutes from my house. It's called Oscar's Taco Shop. There's several locations in this in my area, so we like going there, especially since it's super close to the house, especially when we're just wanting to do some takeout and not go to Taco Bell. So I usually get the nachos. They used to have ground beef nachos. For some reason they quit having those, so I've been getting the chicken nachos, and we're gonna see how it is to eat nachos in the car. I don't know how well that's gonna go over. Probably will be making a mess, but we'll see. Let me show you what this looks like, because it looks super delish. So yeah, ground beef nacho, not ground beef, chicken nachos. They're really good. If you live close to an Oscar's Taco Shop and never tried it, give them a try. They have lots of stuff. It's not like a sit down restaurant where you can go in, sit down, and they'll come and wait on you and take your food order. They have a counter. You go up, take your order, and then they have tables that you can go and sit down and eat there, but you order your food at the counter, or you can order it online and just go in and pick it up, which is what I did. So yeah, let's get started and see if I can do this without making a mess. So EVs. This is my third Tesla Model X, and Tesla's the only EV that I've ever had. And honestly, I guess total, even though I've had 3, I've only been in the EV world 2 years, I guess now. Maybe not even that. But I've always loved Tesla. I've always loved the cars. And not really so much that it's good for the environment and whatnot. I just like the car. They look good. They're really cool, especially the Model X, especially with the Falcon doors that the Model X has. And honestly, the Model X is really the only one that I would even really want, because I like the size of it. I have 2 kids. All 3 of my Model X's have had the 6-seat configuration. My 12-year-old like sitting in the 3rd row. Sometimes he will start out in the 2nd row, and then will want to move to the 3rd row, which makes it super easy for him if we're driving or whatnot. We won't have to pull over and get back there. The size is really good. It's not massive, but it's not tiny. I had considered, when I was waiting the long wait for my current Model X, as you guys know, it's a 2022 Model X refresh. We did almost a year and a half for it, and once it kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed, I had considered maybe a Model Y. I know a few people that have a Model Y. They like them, but I know you can get a Model Y with a third seat, but it's super cramped, or it looks super cramped out there. And my husband's a big guy. My kids are little guys. They're not. My son's 15. You guys saw him. He's not a big guy at no means, and my 12-year-old isn't either. But we also like to have space in the vehicle, especially if we are going on road trip. Mine and Tommy's family live out of town. Tommy's lives out of state. So if we're doing a long drive to go visit family, everybody wants to be comfortable. So that's why I like the Model X. It's roomy. The third row is comfortable for a kid. So anyway, that's why I chose the Model X, and that the Falcon doors are super cool. If it wasn't for those doors, it wouldn't, it would just be, to me, it would just be a regular vehicle. It wouldn't be really flashy, even though I do like, especially when kids see me drive by and they know that I can hear them tell their parents, oh, there's a Tesla or there's a Model X. I think that's super cool that little kids know what it is. Probably their parents probably don't even really know what it is. But I know when I was a little kid, I was big in the cars. I'm still like cars, but I know as a little kid, I was big in the cars. I could tell what a car was, or what kind of a vehicle it was. So anyway, but Tesla is my first EV. And again, I didn't get it because it's good for the environment or whatnot. I liked the Model X because it's a flashy vehicle, and I like having a flashy car. For years, we drove Mercedes. And the Mercedes that I had before I got the Teslas, was in a color that was pretty rare, and didn't see that color on really any other Mercedes in our area. So it always got looks, always got complimented on the color of the vehicle. So I like that. So, but if it wasn't for the Model X having the Falcon doors, it wouldn't be that flashy of a vehicle. Again, people would know what it is. They would look, because just the whole thing of it being an electric car, I think people are still amazed by that, and still kind of curious about an electric vehicle. I get stopped all the time with people having questions about it, want to see it, just want to know what it's like having an electric vehicle. But with that said, there's so many other car manufacturers that are coming out with EVs now. I mean, Chevy, Ford, Lincoln, they're all planning on having all of their fleet electric vehicles, I think by 2035. So I really think the electric car is here to stay. And then with that whole thing with California, I don't know the full details of it, but I think California is wanting all new cars that are being sold to be electric cars by 2055, something like that. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I just think it's something that's here to stay. I will probably always have an electric car. it may not be a Tesla. And again, with that said, I am really curious about the Mercedes EQS SUV. They have the EQS out right now, which is the sedan. And but now they're coming out with the EQS SUV. And I went to, again, before having a Tesla, we drove Mercedes for years. Had multiple different Mercedes and love the brand. They're good cars. They're quality built. So I went to a Mercedes dealership to ask questions about the EQS SUV, and because they haven't got where you can build one online yet, even though they're coming out in this fall, are supposed to be available this fall. And I know a couple dealerships have already gotten one or two. My local Mercedes dealership has not, but I was just I went there to see if maybe a salesman could do a build, kind of find out what one would cost with the features and whatnot that I wanted. And he wasn't able to do that. His computer or something wasn't working correctly. But anyway, he told me that the EQS, the sedan, isn't selling that well because people these days want SUVs and crossovers. So a lot of the people that are wanting a Mercedes, an electric Mercedes, are waiting for the EQS SUV. There's also the EQE SUV that's coming out, and then some other crossovers and SUVs that are coming out with Mercedes that people are waiting for. Being a Mercedes fan, I am definitely curious and interested about the EQS SUV. I've seen videos, pictures. That doesn't do a vehicle justice. You really want to see it in person. So I want to see it in person, see the size. I'm really hoping that I can get a 6-seat configuration in one of those. But I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to. That wouldn't really be a deal breaker, but I would like to have that 6-seat configuration. Another reason I'm leaning to that is Tesla, as everyone knows, doesn't have the best reputation for build quality. And I think as many years as Tesla's been around, that build quality should be better by now, especially on a vehicle like this one that was $130,000. When I had my two pre-owned ones, I didn't think much about it. Really, I didn't really notice any build quality issues. Could have been just because I was just so excited to have one, and knowing that it was a used one. What can you expect? It's a used vehicle. But this one, I love, and I haven't had any major issues with it. But some alignment issues that I took and had fixed. But the first day that I got it and got home with it, 2 pieces fell off of it. I opened the hatch. There's a cover, which is in one of my videos about the vehicle. A cover and the lift gate fell in the driveway. I didn't notice that it fell there, but I saw it in the driveway. I'm like, what is this? This looks like something that goes on the car. Figured out where it went. And then a piece from one of the Falcon Wing doors, where when it closes, it latches into. There was a little cover on that fell in the driveway. So I was like, wow, I'm glad I noticed these things before I ran over them and busted them. But they fixed. Tesla service fixed them, no issue. Don't lie, again, post a video about that. That wasn't working, they fixed. My main complaint and disappointment that I had with Tesla and Tesla service is the yoke. When I picked the vehicle up, it had 23 miles on it. I live like 45 minutes from the service center. I was driving home, noticed that the yoke was tilted to the right a little bit, even driving straight. And I've recently noticed, people commenting about their yokes being the same way. But before I saw this, I had messaged Tesla service to set up appointment to have some other things done with the vehicle, and the yoke being one of them. And at the time, I already had 1,000 miles on the vehicle. Well, they wanted to tell me that it was an alignment issue that caused by me driving it. I've driven it 1,000 miles, so there's a really good opportunity I could have hit a pothole or something and knocked it out of line, and that's why the yoke was doing that way. And I explained to them it was that way the day I picked it up with 23 miles on it. And like most people, I'm busy. I have a family. I have kids. I didn't have time just to rush and make a service appointment to get the vehicle in to have that fixed. When I had time to do it, the vehicle had 1,000 miles on it. And I wasn't thinking that I needed to rush and make an appointment. I was thinking that there was just something that the yoke just needed to be adjusted, that it was an alignment issue. But they wanted to say that's what it was and didn't want to fix it for free. They wanted me to pay over $300 to get an alignment done. I wasn't going to do that, and because it was already like that when I picked up the vehicle. Even if it did need an alignment at 1,000 miles, especially now knowing that other people have had that same issue with the yoke kind of being tilted to the right a little, that they should have goodwilled that alignment and fixed it. But they didn't. And again, $130,000 car, that should be something that they would goodwill. Or if I took it in and they saw, well, you've obviously hit something that's made your alignment get off, and we can't fix that for you for free. You have to pay that. I can understand that. But they didn't even offer. So anyway, I was disappointed in that. And by now, it probably does need an alignment because I've got over 7,000 miles on the vehicle. But I'm not paying Tesla to do it unless I take it somewhere to get the alignment done and they say they can't do it. I have to do it at Tesla. But I'll pay Tesla to do it then. But if I don't have to pay Tesla to do it, I don't even care if it costs me $400 at another place. I just refuse to give them that money for something that they should have at least looked into, instead of just flat out refusing, or not refusing to fix it, because they were going to fix it, but charge me to fix it. But anyway, that's my only big complaint I have with them. But again, I'm just thinking my next EV may not be a Tesla Model X. Because again, so many car manufacturers are coming out with really good looking EVs, and some that aren't even expensive. Chevrolet is about to come out with an Equinox EV that looks really good, and they said it's going to start at $30,000. I don't want a Chevy. Don't get me wrong, I don't want a Chevy, but that Equinox looks really good. Their Blazer EV looks really good, and their full-size truck, I believe it's a Silverado EV, that looks amazing. But again, I don't want a Chevy product. Ford has their Ford Lightning EV truck. That truck looks really good. I mean, it looks like a regular F-150, but I like that vehicle. If I was going to get a domestic vehicle and a truck, I'd probably lean more to that. Even though I do love the Cybertruck, but who knows when that's coming out. My family isn't crazy about the Cybertruck. I just like it because it's different. It's definitely going to get looks. But anyway, but Hyundai and Kia, Volkswagen, all of them are coming out with EVs. Speaking of Volkswagen, my husband is really he's really interested in the new Volkswagen ID Buzz, the one that looks like the 60s Volkswagen bus that's coming back as an EV, and it looks really cool, and he's really interested in one of those. So there's just a lot of EV choices now that are good looking vehicles and not, your typical ugly electric car. I know the Prius isn't all electric, but it's not an attractive vehicle. So yeah, there are a lot of manufacturers that are coming out with really good looking EVs that, especially like Mercedes and BMW, Audi, those German brands, do quotations, because a lot of those, like the Mercedes EQS and EQS SUV, are built in Alabama. So they're not, German made vehicles, are imported from Germany now, but those are known for quality. All the reviews I've saw about those vehicles from BMW, Audi, and Mercedes, Porsche, are all about how well they're built. And I think when you're paying $100,000 or more for a vehicle, I think even if you're paying more than $50,000 for a vehicle, it should seem like it's a well-made vehicle and not just thrown together. And don't get me wrong with Tesla, I personally don't think mine is bad at all, other than those few little things that I've mentioned. But I think with Tesla, and I've told people this, that with Tesla, you're buying the technology in the vehicle. You're buying that it's an electric vehicle, and usually typical EVs are a little more expensive. But when you get up to like a Model S and a Model X, there's a lot more in them, and that's what you're paying for, is that technology. But also, how hard is it to have some quality control? I have read lots of comments on Tesla forums about people just having really, really bad quality builds in their Teslas. Luckily, I have not had really any build quality issues. I've had those few little issues like the light not working and a couple pieces falling off, but those were really easy fixes. So, but again, Tesla's been around long enough that the quality could be better. So, and I think now with all these other brands and other manufacturers coming out with EVs, Tesla needs to step up their game when it comes to that, because, you know, these other brands are going to show you that we can build an inexpensive electric vehicle that's built good and we have good quality control, that we're just not going to push out a vehicle to you just because we know you're going to buy it. And I think that's might be the mindset of Elon, especially when he first came out, that people are going to buy these vehicles no matter what. No matter what the quality is, they're going to buy them because they want them, and no one else has it. They don't really have any choices with any other EVs. Tesla is it. But now, time's changing. Lots of EVs are coming out, and lots of really nice, cool-looking EVs. So I think it's time to step up the game. By the time my lease is up on this, one, I really hope quality is better. Two, I hope that Tesla changes the look of the exterior of the Model X. When they did this refresh, there was hardly anything done to the outside of it, and the Model X came out in 2016. I love what they did to the interior, because after having this one, I thought my other two were just so modern and up to date, but now having this one, those just feel so old now, super old now. So next, I think Tesla just needs to do more to the exterior. When they do a redesign or a refresh or whatever, they just need to do more to the exterior to make it look, when you're driving down the road, especially if you're behind one of these, that you can tell that's a new Tesla. So anyway, but so if that's the case, once my lease is up, if the design of the exterior is different, I may go and get another Tesla Model X. I really hope they never take away the Falcon doors, because that would probably really make my decision on not getting another Model X if they just change to regular doors or even sliding doors. And if they're sliding doors, it probably will be a no, because that will make me feel like it's just a minivan. But yeah, but if not, if things are still pretty much the same when my lease is up, I may not even wait till my lease is up, because when that Mercedes EQS SUV comes out and I'm really feeling it, I may just see about going ahead and trading this in for one of those. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes when they come out. Again, I want to see one in person. I want to drive one. They're not as flashy and not as cool as a Model X. But again, I really think what makes a Model X cool and flashy are the Falcon doors. That new Mercedes EQS SUV doesn't have those doors. They just have regular opening doors. But their interior is amazing. If you guys haven't seen one, look one up. Either the EQS sedan or the EQS SUV with the Hyperscreen. And the Hyperscreen is this full length from driver's door to passenger's door, full glass, that has 3 separate screens behind that glass. If the screens are off, it looks like just one piece of glass. When you turn the screens on, you can tell that there's 3 individual screens. You have your instrument cluster in one screen. You have your center control that has your navigation, all your little controls and whatnot on it, like in the Model X, well, all Teslas. You have your center main screen. And then on the passenger side, that screen is for the passenger to watch TV or Netflix or something streaming. And from what I've saw on videos, the driver can still see what's going on that screen, but it's going to have a camera like in the Tesla, that if it sees that you're focusing more on that screen, it will, I think, either shut that screen off, or it's going to send you a warning or something to tell you you need to be looking straight ahead and not over there. But I like that third screen. Even though I'm the one who pretty much drives everywhere, my 15-year-old son has his permit now, so he wants to drive everywhere. But typically my husband doesn't like to drive, especially on road trips. He won't drive unless he just absolutely has to. So yeah. But if you guys don't know about all the EVs that are coming out, check them out, because I really think they're going to give Tesla a run for their money. And not bashing Tesla, because I love the brand. And again, depending on how the Model X looks when I'm ready, when the lease is up, or when I'm ready to buy another one, I may get another Tesla Model X. But I'm just really curious about the Mercedes EQS SUV. Again, not as flashy as the Model X, but I really like the look of it. The hyper screen, I really like it a lot. And with me being a Mercedes fanboy, I really wouldn't hate being back in another Mercedes brand. And as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, when the Model S and the Model X first came out, they used a lot of Mercedes parts in those vehicles. The window switches, the turn signals, the gear selector, those were all from Mercedes. So that was another reason I liked the Model X, because I still felt like I had a Mercedes, even though I didn't, just because it had, Mercedes parts in it. So anyway, I think that's it on this rambling about EVs. I'm going on 40 minutes, but thanks for having lunch with me. Once I get done here, I'm going to finish my lunch, go run some errands. We've been putting out some Halloween decorations. We got our interior decorations done. There's some few outside things I'm going to take care of. Been studying for my real estate exam that I have on Friday. Fingers crossed. I'm a terrible test taker, so we'll see how that goes. Again, thanks to everyone who has subscribed to my channel, and the ones of you that have commented. Thank you so much for that. If you haven't subscribed, again, I have a lot of people watching my videos, but you're not subscribing. And I hate to sound like I'm begging, but I'm begging. I would like for you to subscribe to my channel. Help an old man out. Give me some subscribers. And let me know what you think of my videos. Let me know if there's something that you want me to know. Let me know if I need to do things different in my videos. Other than maybe editing differently or whatever, because I don't edit. Again, that's why it says unedited in my heading or whatever, is that they're not unedited. This is the way you get them. I just throw up my phone video and go with it. And but yeah, if there's things that you want to know about me and my family, if there's things that you want to know about Tesla or the Model X, even if it's an older Model X, because I've had 3. I've had a 16, a 17, and now a 22 refresh. So if there's things you want to know, things you might want me to make a video about, just let me know. I'll be glad to do it. But please subscribe and let me know what you guys think. Again, appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and thanks to everyone that has subscribed and to everyone that will subscribe. Thanks so much. See you next time.